Bill Hanzlik joins us on the show, and it's a tremendous win for the Nuggets. Bill, thanks for being on with us. Would you rather?
Oh, you're welcome. It's always good after a win.
Absolutely.
To talk a little Nuggets basketball.
Do you prefer your players being consistent or clutch?
Clutch. Clutch means you're probably winning.
Because sometimes Jamal, let's be honest, sometimes struggles with consistency. But come on, Bill, give me he may be one of the best clutch players in the NBA when you look at his career and his history, and certainly his record with the Nuggets. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's for sure. Big games, he's really shown up. And you talk about consistency last night. His scoring was 43 points, was basically balanced out through all four quarters. But his biggest quarter was the fourth quarter, where he was big time clutch.
You know, I've had a hard time processing what my expectations for this team should be. And it's a roller coaster, but I admit I'm getting close to being really optimistic. Do you feel like you have a proper evaluation of what your expectations of this team is moving forward?
Well, yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, how many? I mean, you could still get beaten this round. I mean, how many of these games have been so close? I mean, Clippers had one blowout, Nuggets had one blowout, but the other three are tight. Clippers now have to win 2 in a row. Nuggets only have to win 1 out of 2. So advantage them. So if the Nuggets were to move on, then you face a rested OKC, and they are. I mean, would they lose like 12 games or 14 games this year? They're really good, but
you beat them twice, though. You beat them twice. Right. All right, Bill. So, who is this Nuggets team then? Who are they?
Well, they're a team that knows how to win a championship.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere there. Do another 360. You'll find it.
Oh, there it is. There we go. I got to call him back. That's an Army guy.
Okay.
The Nuggets, I mean, when you look at it, their key players, obviously Jamal, Nikola, and Gordon, Porter. Porter's been a little nicked up, but he's still delivered some big minutes. You realize he only had 15 points, but his plus minus in the game yesterday was a plus 34. That's incredible. I'm not, some good things happened when he was on the court, put it that way. But where the Nuggets going to go? Golly, they've got veterans, they got experience. They need a little more off the bench. Obviously, Russ gave them that last game, and it looks pretty much like a 7-man rotation to me with PW and Russ. I mean, you got to spot in DeAndre a little bit just to give Joker some sort of rest. But is that enough to carry you? Well, if they stay healthy, yes.
I actually liked the DJ minutes, Bill, last night, because Adelman did not do that in the previous game, and I think I knew what he was doing. He was trying to go for the kill shot, right? He was trying to take a 20-point to a 30-point lead and just have the Clippers wave the white flag, and they just didn't get there. But that being said, he changed his strategy just a little bit. I thought DJ did all right, and if DJ is just going to be that fourth quarter 5-minute sort of guy, I'm all right with that. I think that actually works out well.
Yeah, if you look at DJ, if I'm a coach, what I'm telling DJ, you got 6 fouls. I want you to be really physical when you're in there. Physical. And rebound, maybe block some shots, and roll to the rim. It's a pretty defined role that he'll have, but it's a role that he can do.
If you were coaching Russell Westbrook, how would you manage the roller coaster that it can be? At what point do you say, let that sucker ride versus, hey, maybe we got to put you in timeout for a quick second?
Yeah, I like the timeout version. I mean, some of his turnovers are just like, whoa. If he had a turnover like someday, I just have to go down to the water cooler and get a Gatorade and just got to turn my back on. But yes, did he have some? But did he make big shots? Did he ignite the home crowd? I love his He gives the business to the Clippers bench. I don't know exactly what he's saying, or if it's all just visual, but the guy just loves playing the game. I think he energizes the crowd, brings that energy. He's a good defensive player, and great addition for the Nuggets. They need him.
To me, he's like when I'm out playing blackjack and maybe I'm up like $100, right? If I'm lucky, a little bit more. And then you say, well, I'm going to keep on going. And then you instantly lose like $20 to $30. And the question is, do you hang in there until you lose it all? Or are you just going to be like, all right, time to step away from the table a little bit? And that feels like, I think you trust Russell Westbrook as long as you can go with him, but you're going to get a little backtrack, Bill, right? Like something's going to sort of go backwards just a pinch.
I thought Adelman did a great job. So the Clippers made a little bit of a run, or a pretty good run. The Nuggets are up 22 and they cut it to whatever, 10 or 8 or something. And he put Porter back in the game for Russ. Now, Russ, at that point in the game, you take your winnings and you stick it in the bank. Because the one thing that could help the Clippers get back in the game all the way would be turnovers. And Russ is a turnover. Can you get enough offense with the guys you got? Yes. Was he going pretty good offensively? Yes. But it's the turnovers.
Right.
You can live in this game by not turning it over. So I like that substitution.
This is definitely not a trap. I'm not trying to get you to take a shot at Michael Malone at all, but what would you say has been the most noticeable difference in the way David Adelman is handling this basketball team?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know if it's necessarily what David has done coaching wise, but you see the communication and things with players, particularly Nikola. He's pretty animated on the bench, and you go here, you do this, and they're all kind of communicating with each other. And I like that. I think that's important. That's probably a byproduct of what he said, but I think the players feel a little more comfortable about maybe communicating that way.
All right, Bill, what's your expectation from now on? Knowing that we know nothing, but what's your expectation from here on in?
Well, I said at the beginning of this series, and I think Chris Dempsey was with me too on this, we both felt it was a 7-game series. I still feel like it's a 7-game series.
Okay. All
when
right.
you get it handed to you, like the Clippers got it here in Denver, they're going to be motivated. It's tough from the Nuggets end to kind of go, okay, let's bring the same level that we had. You always say it, you always want it, but does it happen? I'm not so sure about that. So I expect if the Nuggets could make it a fourth quarter game and make it really tough on them, yeah, they'd have a chance. But I think the Clippers are all in now. And, they've been through – what's interesting, I remember saying this too, that at the beginning of the series when the Clippers were up 2-1, it was the Nuggets that were having to make all the adjustments, all of them. The Clippers just said, fine, we almost won all 3 games. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. Well, now you're seeing a lot of different changes, including Harden on Joker. So minor change for what the Nuggets might want to do with that. But the Clippers, they've tried pretty much everything when the Nuggets have won, 3 or 4 here.